Well, hello, and we are trucking on these days. Still, amazingly enough, we're God's people. Hasn't changed a bit in that regard, despite all of our workarounds for our coronavirus world that we live in right now. And so we are happily God's people. We're still connected to one another through the Lord, connected to the Lord, and that's good news. A few things I wanted to get to this week and mention to you. Some of you didn't receive an email that church was starting on Sunday morning. Just wanted to let you know that that email is not at all necessary. You can just go to that church website at any time, and usually the church bulletin is up a couple days ahead, and the YouTube link is on there when you get up Sunday morning. So you can go straight to the website and watch that church service anytime you like. Now, another item of business, we're going to share in the Lord's Supper this coming Sunday. So plan to have some elements for communion available for when you share in that service, or however you share in that service Sunday morning. Now, I wanted to let you know that some of our groups, some of our small groups, have been starting to meet at certain times. Some of them met. We had 3 small groups meet this last Sunday, and it was not really by an overall plan. I just found out about one of the groups actually early Sunday morning. I didn't even know it was meeting. So that's the way we like things to happen. Each group taking responsibility for itself and saying, okay, here's what we can do. So one group actually met in a backyard around a big screen that was inside of a tent so it wouldn't get washed out by the lights, and shared in the worship service together. I think another one met in a large living room, and another group met at the church parking lot about 9 o'clock, like our regular Sunday school time, before the service. And so they all met together, sang a couple of songs, and talked for a while, and shared some things and prayed together, and then went home to watch the service in their own homes. So I would encourage you, if that's something you're interested in, get hold of your small group leader. And if you're not in a small group, this might be a really good time to be part of one. And so let's be creative, and let me know what you're doing. I want to hear about this. We'll be trying to put some of those things together as the elder group. But again, the things that grow up from what God is putting in people's hearts is always preferable to a big plan that gets pressed down on everybody. So we'd love to hear about what's happening by you. One of the things that we're looking at is the possibility of having our annual church picnic on the 14th of June as we planned, but not sure exactly what that's going to look like yet. Possibly getting together and all of us having a bring our own lunch, and maybe making 3 different groups or so. We can't really be in groups of larger than 50, so we want to be careful how we do that. But again, we feel like the outside meetings are a good deal safer than inside meetings. So we'll let you know more about that as the days come. And if you have ideas, we certainly want to be aware of that. Now, another thing that's happening, from some months ago, I had planned, after having been here now for 10 years, to take a sabbatical and to do some writing projects over the summer. And I sort of assumed that since this coronavirus had changed everything for us, that was out the windows. But the Elder Board has asked me to continue on with my plans to do that. I'm not relocating anywhere. I'm going to be here. I'll probably be in church most weeks during the summer, even though I won't necessarily be in the pulpit. We've got a slate of great speakers be sharing with us over the summer, so you'll want to be part of that. But they asked that I would let you know that indeed I'm planning a sabbatical starting after the 14th of June, and ending up just after Labor Day. But I will be here, and if they let me, I might even play in the band this summer. So lots of good things happening. So I would just encourage you that we are still God's church. Again, we are not on hold. We are the church. We are God's representatives. We are God's influence. We are the light of the world. We are the salt of the earth. And so continue every day finding ways to do that. Keep talking to one another. Keep calling one another. Keep letting me know what's going on. I just love hearing about all the different things that God is doing. And if you'll take a few minutes with your smartphone and make a short video, 10 seconds or so, and send that on to Kaylin, then everybody else will get to see you. And that's very fun. So plan to do that. God bless you this week, and we will continue on together in this adventure that God has given us.